Crate Clubbers, I've got the October 2025 Major Crate, and this thing is heavy. So let's open it up and see what we got. What's up guys, Eric here with At Home in the Future, and I'm back with another Crate Club unboxing. This is a big boy this month. If you're unfamiliar with Crate Club, really fun subscription, prepping, tactical, survival gear, all across the board over the years, comes in all sorts of different flavors. There's a monthly box, and this is the biggest version of that here. This is the major box. They also have a quarterly subscription. Anyway, if you want to get the subscription for yourself, you can follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself a little bit of money. This is one of those that tends to not have spoilers with it. This feels very dense and heavy inside, so I'm super curious to see what we got going with this thing. Let's get this thing open here and take a look. All right, let's see if we can dig out our card. Interesting approach this month. We just got this piece of paper right here so you can get an overview of the items. This is big and heavy, so I'm going to kind of pull everything out and then we'll go through it one by one. Here we go. All right, there we go, all pulled out. I think it's 7 total items this month, so pretty packed box for this subscription. But let's start out with one of my favorite things, these little Zippo heat banks. This is their Heat Bank 6, up to 6 hours of heat. It's actually a 4,400 milliamp hour power bank. So you got dual use there, but as we're starting to get into these colder months, it's not cold here in Tennessee yet, I know it's heading that way. These are one of my favorite gadgets. I actually keep one of these in my work bag. So let's free this from its packaging and take a look at it. So here's what you get in the box. You get the heat bank and a little charging cord. Looks like this one is micro USB, which I wish these were USB-C. I think they have some models that are and some that aren't. It's kind of exactly what you'd expect. It looks just like a normal power bank. You have USB-A charging here in the top. You got your little charging port in there. When you press this button on the top, I don't think this one is charged yet. Within about 30 seconds, you'll start feeling some significant heat in this. And it's kind of contoured with the curves of your hand. So very, very useful to have these. They normally have a few different heating modes where you can have just a little bit of heat or a lot of hot. I don't think I've ever used these on anything but the low because it's more than enough. But instead of going to stock up on all like the hot hands and everything that you just kind of go through like crazy, I just keep one of these charging with me just about all winter, keep them in my coat pocket or my work bag and get a ton of use out of it. So really do love these things from Zippo. Awesome item to get there. We're gonna keep moving right along from Tactica. We have the M005 micro tool. I don't think I've actually seen this, but it's like one of those tiny little pry bar style tools. So you can see 8 different tools in one. It's keychain ready, probably awesome for a keychain. TSA compliant. I do like that. You can get all the stats and all the features on the back there. Let's free it from its packaging. And there we go. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Gerber Shard, just a different take on that idea. It looks like we've got a little bottle opener, a tiny little flathead or scraper, a little pry bar, these little wrenches, which I kind of go back and forth on thinking those are useful or not. Sometimes you can get a little bolt in there and turn it. But overall, just like a little friendly keychain tool that you can keep with you anywhere you go. I do like that. I didn't know they made this. I think this may be the smallest thing that Tactica makes. So cool to see. All right. Let's keep going. One of the bigger items here, we have a Kelly kettle, the Trekker stainless steel camp kettle and hobo stove. A lot of people love this thing. It is famous for a reason. See all the details here on the side. I think we got, yeah, here's the instructions over here. It's a good way to boil water really quick. You just grab whatever you find outside, pop your kettle on top and boil it. Let's pop it out and take a quick look at this thing. So we get a carry bag. We get a little hobo stove itself there where you can throw in your sticks and your kindling and kind of keep things going there. And then you have the actual kettle here on the side. What is interesting about this, you can see the hole going down the middle there. It allows all the fire and stuff from this to go up through the center of the stove and really heat from all these different angles and get that water boiling super quick. So you've got the hot steam vent there that will show you when you've got that water boiling and everything. But these are just like a legendary backpacking kind of implement for a reason. A lot of people swear by these things. And you've got a wire and everything to hang it up over fires. Just a great little piece of kit, super well designed and a lot of fun to use. Classic for a reason. I love it. Okay, very, very cool. We're gonna keep going here. We've got, let's see, we do have a knife here, a DEFCON 5 Tactical Products kind of blade. And to be honest, this looks like a garage knife to me. So let's open this thing up before I give any reservations in this. So let's see, we've got some instructions buried kind of down in here. Pop this thing out. This is 8CR13 MOV steel, spring assisted, which is interesting. It's got a little carbon fiber insert. I'm not sure what for, and if that is actually carbon fiber. It almost looks like a sticker. 3.14 inch blade, 4.4 ounces. It does have a lifetime warranty, which is nice. This is a liner lock, and it's got a deep carry clip on it as well. It's got some nice thumb studs and stuff. Let's see, oh, it does fly out of there, which is cool. But you know what? In my mind, this is like a classic, what I would call a beater knife. I think it's kind of obvious this is a value add for this box, and I believe there's actually a really nice knife over here, so I'm excited to check that out. But you got this kind of knockaround knife here that has that crazy spring assist, which is very cool. It definitely makes it pretty interesting. The scales feel nice. I don't like the little slick carbon fiber thing. It's a little slippery when my finger goes across it there. But this does fly out of there. Woo! Okay. Really nice spring assist, no jimping or anything on the back of the blade. You do have a little bit here. And the liner lock's got some jimping on it too, but although that feels like it'd give me a little bit of a hot spot if I was doing some serious work with this thing. As far as beater knives go, this looks like a cool one. So there you go. That's the Bravo from DEFCON 5. And let's go on to a knife I'm actually pretty familiar with. So this is the Double X Knives Bush Baby. And this thing is very cool. So you have a tiny little kind of bushcrafting knife here. See our little card there. Let's pull this out of here. I feel like these are pretty interesting in that this is like a pocketable small fixed blade, but you don't see all that often. So you can slide this on a belt if you want to use the sheath that way. I actually have one of these. I just slide it in my pocket with this little sheath here. It's got a little bit of texture on it, which makes it kind of grip inside your pocket. And you just slide this thing out. And look at this awesome little knife. You've got micarta, I think, scales. At least it feels like micarta to me. No jimping or anything in the back, but just this beautiful little D2 blade with a dark kind of stone wash finish on it. But these things are so great. Like, to be honest, this is one of my favorite little hiking companions. It's full tang, it's super lightweight. It's actually very sharp for what it is, and that D2 steel sharpens very, very easily. But more so than a fixed blade, even like a really nice fixed blade, this is almost the same size as my little mini bug out over here I've been using lately. But I feel like you can just throw a ton of crap at this thing and it just keeps going. I love the little sheath. I don't know, overall I just love the vibes of this thing. Let me make sure that is micarta on the scales. So it's designed by retired Army veteran Neil Green, about 6 inches overall. And this says it is a G10 handle, although that really feels like micarta to me. I guess it's just the texture they put on there. I love this style of blade. I was super happy to see this when I opened the box. So this is a super cool little knife to have. All right, kind of maybe the other value add here, we have from Ben Shot a rocks glass 11 ounces right here. Kind of fun and quirky, made in the USA, but it's exactly what you think it'd be. It's a little tumbler, you got a coaster with it here, you got some Crate Club badging on the side, and then you've got a round that looks like it has gone into the glass, which I'm guessing they just kind of super heat these things and just stick that little bullet in the front. Pretty fun. If you're into this sort of thing or this sort of vibe, this may be totally for you. I'm not sure if this is dishwasher safe. Maybe technically it is. I don't know. So that is a cool value add. And then last but not least here, we got one more big thing down here. We had the Pack Mule. And this is a versatile double-sided roll bag here from Roaring Fire. This is actually a pretty stacked box, guys. We got a ton of stuff in it this month. All right, so this thing has this kind of heavy-duty canvas, big zippers on the outside, big clasps everywhere, but it's actually a substantial tool roll. I'm gonna kind of pan it across the camera so you can see all unrolled. There's actually zippers on the other side as well. We're gonna open this thing up. And you have all of these compartments on the inside here where you can stow all sorts of gear. So really nice quality zippers. You got these kind of canvasy material things here. You've got these translucent style chambers down here. You can barely see my hands through it, just translucent enough to maybe see what's in it. But the really interesting thing about this is all on hook and loop. So you can take all of these things off piece by piece, reorganize it, add in what you need, take out what you don't. Or if you have a hook and loop wall or something in your garage, you can actually pull these out and stick it on it and use it that way. And then when you need to take it somewhere, you can throw all this stuff back in here and have a really nice sturdy way to store stuff. So as far as tool rolls go, sometimes you'll get some that just have pockets on the inside, but this has a really unique storage system. You also have a big compartment back here with even more space to stow and hide stuff. So all these pockets, all this little stretchy loop, and even another pocket down here. This stuff is not on hook and loop, it is held in there, but a surprisingly versatile, smart little storage bag. You also have a big strap here at the top. So lots of different ways to use this bag. One of the more interesting takes on the tool rolls I have seen. So there you go. Hey guys, that is a pretty interesting box from Crate Club this month. We have the Zippo heat bank. We've got this micro tool from Tactica. We've got the Kelly kettle kit. We've got a little beater knife, a really nice, where'd it go? There you go, a really nice little micro fixed blade knife. We've got this rocks glass, which is pretty interesting. And we've got this giant Pack Mule bag from Roaring Fire. So a ton of value in this month's box. Like I said, if you want to get the subscription for yourself, you can follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself a little bit of money. If you're into this sort of gear, you're going to love the subscription. I think you should definitely check it out. All right, guys, that's it for this month's unboxing. As always, if you dug the video, be sure to hit the like button because it helps the channel out a ton, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I'll see you guys next time.